You're 23 years old and you've already wasted 3 years of your life scrolling and you're not stopping. Wake up. Hey, I'm Mumita Roy, PhD. I'm a spiritual teacher who uses Ayurvedic principles for healing, and I need to tell you something that nobody else is going to say to your face. Your generation is sleepwalking through life, and by the time you wake up, it's going to be too late. 82% of Gen Z adults acknowledge their dependency on social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Let that sink in. 8 out of 10 of you know you're addicted. You know it's a problem and you're doing nothing about it. This isn't a lecture. This is a wake-up call because your life is not a dress rehearsal. You don't get to run it back. And right now, you're trading your one shot at life for dopamine hits that leave you empty. On average, Gen Z spends about 2 hours and 43 minutes per day on social media, and the typical Gen Z spends over 10.6 hours connected to the internet each day. Think about that. Over 10 hours a day online. That's more time than you spend sleeping. That's more time than you spend on anything that actually matters. 8 in 10 adult Gen Z associate social media use with the word addicting, and 57% associate it with the word boredom. You're not even enjoying it. You're bored while you're doing it. You're just filling time because you don't know what else to do with yourself. And here's the kicker. 4 out of 10 Gen Zers wish that social media had never been invented. You hate it, you know it's destroying you, and you still can't stop, but you're actually losing. You think you're just killing time, but you're killing something else, your potential. Every hour you spend scrolling is an hour you're not building skills, not creating something meaningful, not having real conversations, not pursuing actual goals. You're the first generation that doesn't know a world without the internet. And that's not an advantage, it's a disadvantage because you never learned how to be present. You never learned how to be bored. You never learned how to sit with yourself without reaching for your phone. 97% of teenagers use at least one major online platform. Your entire generation is trapped in the same cycle. Everyone's doing it, so it feels normal. But normal doesn't mean healthy. Normal doesn't mean right. The 5 lies you're telling yourself. First lie, I'm staying connected. No, you're not. 2/3 of social media users do it to pass time, with 1/3 citing it as a force of habit. You're not connecting, you're consuming. There's a difference. Second lie, I need it for work, school. You need your phone. You don't need to check Instagram 47 times a day. You don't need to watch TikTok for 3 hours straight. Third lie, everyone else is doing it. So what? Everyone else is also anxious, depressed, and feeling like they're falling behind. Maybe there's a connection. Fourth lie, I'll cut back tomorrow. 83% of adult Gen Z have taken steps to reduce their social media time. Most of you have already tried and you failed because you're treating the symptom, not the disease. Fifth lie, it's not that bad. Your mental health is deteriorating, your attention span is shot. You can't focus on anything for more than 30 seconds. Your real relationships are suffering. But sure, it's not that bad. The framework to take your life back, here's what you need to do. Not tomorrow, today. Step 1. Face the truth. Pull up your screen time report right now. Look at the hours, look at the apps. That's not time you spent. That's time you lost. Forever. You're never getting it back. Step 2. Delete one app. Not all of them, just one. The one you waste the most time on. And before you say, I can't, yes, you can. You just don't want to face the discomfort of being without it. Step 3. Fill the void. This is critical. When you take away the distraction, you need to replace it with something real, a book, a skill, a project, a conversation, actual life, what real life looks like. Real life is uncomfortable. It's boring sometimes. It requires effort. It doesn't give you instant feedback. There's no like button, no comments validating your existence every 5 minutes. And that's exactly why you need it. Those born in the late 1990s or later who grew up with digital technology are spending time online at unprecedented rates. But the people who are going to succeed in your generation aren't the ones who spend the most time online. They're the ones who learn to disconnect. They're building real skills. They're having real experiences. They're creating things that matter instead of consuming content that doesn't. The spiritual truth you're missing in Ayurveda, we understand that constant stimulation destroys your connection to yourself. Your nervous system is in perpetual overdrive. You're never present, you're never grounded, you're never truly here. At World of Ayurveda, I teach people to reconnect with their inner awareness. Because when you're constantly consuming other people's lives, other people's thoughts, other people's content, you lose touch with your own. You don't know what you want anymore. You don't know who you are. You only know what the algorithm tells you to want and who the influencers tell you to be. That's not living, that's existing on someone else's terms. The challenge. I'm going to give you a challenge that most of you won't take. And that's how I'll know who's serious about their life and who's content to waste it. 7 days. No social media, none. Not Instagram, not TikTok, not Twitter, not Snapchat. You can keep your phone, you can text, you can call, but no scrolling, no consuming, no feeding the addiction. And here's what's going to happen. The first day you'll panic. The second day, you'll be irritable. By day 3, you'll start to feel something you haven't felt in years. Presence, clarity, actual boredom that forces you to do something meaningful with your time. By day 7, you'll realize how much of your life you've been giving away. The final truth. You're young. You think you have all the time in the world. You don't. Every day you spend scrolling is a day you're not building the life you actually want. Every hour you waste is an hour you can never reclaim. Every moment you're consuming someone else's highlight reel is a moment you're not creating your own life. 40% of Gen Zers wish that social media had never been invented. You already know this isn't working. You already know something needs to change. The question is, are you going to do something about it, or are you going to keep scrolling until you're 30, 40, 50 years old wondering where your life went? Your life is not a dress rehearsal. You don't get a second chance. You don't get to rewind and try again. This is it. Right now, this moment, and you're choosing to spend it staring at a screen while your real life passes you by. Stop scrolling, start living. Not tomorrow, not next week, today. Your future self is begging you to wake up. The only question is, will you listen?